And I just tell myself, I heard that quote when they say, think about the best books, the best films, the best theatres, whatever it may be. The friction, the barriers, the crazy stories like that, they make it sweeter. They're the ones that you go back and re-listen or you reread. They're the ones that really stick out, right? And that's what I just kept telling myself. Cool, I've got a nice new bookmark. I've got a nice new chapter in this story. And now it's just put me into sicko mode.
Yeah.
Like, legit, I've been in a headspace. I've always wanted it. I've always been tenacious. I've always had goals and dreams and things I wanted to achieve, but I don't know, just this last 24 hours, 48 hours.
Is that when it happened?
Yeah. Last couple of days that I've been sitting on this, I've just felt, I don't know what is different, good, bad, more on edge, more unhinged. I don't know what it is, but I felt that the last 2 days of just, I can't breathe until this is a distant, laughable memory.
Sizzler. We're going
Sizzler. So anyway, yeah, apologies. That was a bit of an intense place to start.
But we got the ball rolling.
I wanted to get it off my chest because
it's good.
I wasn't going to...
New hunger unlocked.
Yeah, I wasn't going to tell anyone else, but...
We got that documented, so we'll look back on this footage and be like, yeah, we up now. We up now. There's money out there, man. This new space that we're in. This world. Yeah, I get you. It's not the monster.
Cracking a cold one.
Yeah.
Getting that one off. Just getting amped up. Oh, but yeah, I was looking back on the Shed Talks anyway. 5 years ago we started, and I was thinking, imagine if we did one every business quarter, not even every week or every month. So
I like 3-4 weeks, maybe.
Yeah, I think so. I think 4 weeks gives a nice period of time to sort of assess what's been going on, what major events have been popping up, and what's been changing and shifting. So we can sort of hit the big notes in life, because we do have a lot going on. But
we do. Do you know what I've had a couple times recently? Do you like this? So someone came up to me today and before, like, man, I see you on Instagram with that tall guy. Someone said this to me today, this afternoon. I'm like, oh, what, Will? He's like, yeah, casuals. He's like, he's a pro fighter, right? I was like, no. I was like, he don't want to fight. He just talks about it and just loves it. And then I thought, like, on here, people probably do, but some people probably don't know how we know each other.
No.
To an extent.
No, they don't have a clue. But what also makes me laugh when you say that is every now and again I get comments like that. I think, what are you smoking? And this was even months ago. And then it occurred to me, I have a casual audience. I forget that sometimes. I have a very casual audience, and they don't know the difference. They don't really know who's who. They don't really know what a level of a professional or even an amateur looks like. And I know that because I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
So
they're like, when's your next fight, bro? Like, next?
Yeah, never. I like having a chinwag about it, but I like the fact that our worlds collide, where people don't know that I know you and vice versa. And then it gets entwined even more when Lon gets in the mix, when Lou goes in the mix, and then people start finding out about these characters online, or Number One Coach, or even Brad Pickett, and then they start putting the dots together and thinking, oh, you know him. Little do they know that I've obviously known you better part of 2 decades.
Pretty much.
One of the first fighters I'd ever known in regards to the names were Lonnie Kavanagh, Alfie Davis, and Nathaniel Wood, pretty much. And from you.
The non-white monster guy at that point.
And from you, right? That was pretty much the only people I knew in MMA. And at that point, Alfie was in Bellator.
Yeah, he was doing well, but he wasn't like title contention.
No, he wasn't in title contention.
He was always exciting. And he was winning. He didn't lose much, but yeah, it's just crazy how it all comes around like that, right?
PFL champion now as well. I was thinking about that today. That's insane for the gym, because you have to think, it hasn't been going that long. Couple of years for the most part. And they've already got world champions there, obviously caterers, but PFL's a major organisation. That's a big step.
You are a world champion. No one can take that away from you. Oh, it's not UFC. No, PFL is a world champion. Do you know what I mean, though? Like, that is a known fact. If you're a world champion, you're UFC, PFL, or Bellator, or one, really and truly, that is, like, in MMA, that is a world champion, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And he's a world champion.
And it's easy in the fan base to say, oh, it's not UFC or it's not against this person.
Yappa.
When you know someone,
Yeah.
or you even just see someone in the gym, you walk into a gym and you see someone, you know they have a fight coming up. When you see the person and then you actually think about their opponent, it all becomes a lot more real.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't just become a eventuality on paper of, oh, I think this person beats Justin Gaethje. When your mate or when someone in the training room is now having to actually train for Justin Gaethje, you don't think all of a sudden, oh, this is actually a pretty good matchup for us. You think, okay, this has favours to it, but that's a terrifying, dangerous human.
Yeah.
And that's the case for any organisation, by the way. Sure, the PFL champ is probably in certain weight classes not as good as Ilia Topuria or Volkanovski, but best believe they're tough, and you don't want to be preparing for them half-assed.
Yeah. You've got to be ready to fight if you're fighting a world championship level fighter. But yeah, it's mad. I've had a few people, but how do you know him? I've known him for years. And like, oh yeah, he's doing that. He does that casual scorn thing. I'm like, yeah, we started that together. They're like, no way. I'm like, yeah, look on his YouTube. Like 5 years ago, there'll be podcasts of us just interviewing McGrillen before McGrillen was famous.
Yeah.
Before he was even really known, he had a couple. I think he had like maybe 1 or 2 pro fights. Some crazy.
No,
knockouts.
I think he was. Yeah. He did. He had 1 or 2.
Yeah, and just a couple like vicious knockouts. And I'm like, yeah, this guy's gonna be someone. Then we're chatting to him. I'm like, yeah, this guy's got some form of star quality. He's like, yeah, mate, my uncle went jail with him. I remember that. I remember him saying that. I'm just like, yeah.
He had it, didn't he?
Yeah, he's just a fucking hard, angry ginger northerner that's on scrapping.
With a devastating left hand.
Vicious power.
Yeah, devastating left hand. And when you start piecing that together, that becomes somewhat of a start. And you start getting viral knockouts and you're laughing. And I always remember with Lewis McGrillen and doing that conversation, I always remember asking him, who's next out of Manchester? I remember saying that. And he gave a couple of fighters, but then he said, there's also this kid in Manchester City Academy called Cole Palmer.
Yeah.
And I just always remember that. And it was, funnily enough, the same day he got one of his more recent knockouts. It may have even been the fight with Dean Garnett, which was insane.
That nuts fight.
Cole Palmer scored 4 goals in the Premier League. And I just remember thinking that.
We knew these guys before they were cool.
I just remember thinking that's crazy to have those 2 events sync up on the same weekend. So it is cool. And it's funny you say that because I remember thinking when I first got into this scene, it isn't a really old sport, but it has been going for the better part of 30 years. So there were roots, right? There were relationships going back to years and different memories and different... You fought him and you knew him from an amateur, but I didn't have any of that because I just came into the sport. So my knowledge was a couple of weeks. I didn't know anyone. I didn't have any relationships with anyone. I didn't meet any media members or staff or anything. So it was all new for me. So I was thinking about it the other day. Now I've been in the game for sort of the best part of, 5-6 years. You do start having those roots a little bit more in the game, and it's quite fun because you start knowing people from different areas.
There's always one degree of separation as well. Oh, he knows him. Oh, yeah, he fought him at amateur. I used to train with him. So it's a small circuit, but it's also not at the same time. But I always find it's 1 degree of separation. But yeah, it's funny, man, to see how it's all come. I checked your YouTube earlier, 11k subs. Come on. That's good.
I had my pin board.
We building.
I'm not kidding, since the first...
That's big, man.
What, on YouTube?
Even like just on Instagram, do you know what I mean? It's a lot of people.
Yeah, no, it is. The reason why that one is major for me is because that has been on my pin board since 2021.
Yeah.
Hit 1k on YouTube subs and monetize, and I left it up on the not done bit because I'd hit 1k ages ago, years ago, but I hadn't monetized it until this year, until a couple of months ago, to be perfectly honest. So it was a goal that took 5 years.
Yeah, people don't see that.
And I just kept telling myself, I have to prioritise it. I have to prioritise it moving forward. And it just took a long time and then a couple of better performing videos to go, right, now's the time to start pouring more effort and attention in there. Because where I've maybe let off the gas a little bit with my Instagram, for example, with the growth, I've poured it into YouTube. And now I've got YouTube views surpassing my Instagram views. And I would much rather it that way round.
Yeah, 100%.
For many different reasons. So I'm trying to find a world now where I have a nice balance, what's right for me.
It's hard. People don't realise about content creation.
It is hard.
Like, at first, you don't know what the fuck you're doing, but then you get, like, pretty experienced at it, and then you're like, wow, I could actually do so much. Like, I'm actually a bit spoiled for choice. And that in itself, I always think, is a privilege. Being busy and just having so much shit that you could be doing. Oh, fuck, I've got to chase this up. Oh, that fucking manufacturer. Oh, that t-shirt company. Oh, fuck, I've got to do this email, you know. That in itself is a fucking good thing. Because the last thing you want as a content creator is to be sat there scratching your ass thinking, I don't know what to make videos about. It's a privilege. It is. Anything in life, I think. Like, even me, for what I'm doing now, this time last week, I was on my way to work thinking, oh, this is fucking long. And I had like 5 PTs and like 2 hours of training, lifting weights and doing jiu-jitsu. And I was in my car, I was like, man, like, you literally prayed for this. You 5 years ago would have probably killed someone for this. Do you know what I mean? Now you're fucking moaning about it. I'm sat in sunny Richmond just PT and some housewives. I'm like, oh, you poor thing. You know what I mean?
Back to back.
Do you know what I mean? On a Saturday, I'm like, yeah, well, I remember being probably like 19 and doing labouring work. I got paid 60 quid to fucking take cement, put it in bags, carry it through this house and do it back. I was there from 8 till 6. I'm not even sure if that's legal as a wage.
I've had so many jobs where I've thought, this is not legal. What I'm doing, and for this amount, and with these safety precautions,
and around these
legal.
People. Like, if you've ever worked around labourers, oh my God. We had a guy that would just lie all day, like outright lie. I don't know if anyone's ever met just like a prolific liar. Just everything he said was just bollocks. Like, black belt in karate, he boxed when he was young. We were there once, and he's like, yeah, mate, I've got a load of weed that I grow in my bungalow. He left and the geezer was like, I got in my loft. He left and the geezer like, he lives in a fucking bungalow, the liar.
He said bungalow.
Yeah, I fucked up. We had one guy that we used to wind up all day. He'd be like, do you, this is before I was training. I'm like, do you do kung fu? He's like, yeah, man, I'm orange belt. I was like, oh, nice, man. And we pulled out a plank of wood. We're like, God, I reckon you can break it. He's like, yeah, I definitely could. Smacked it, fucked his hand up. He's like, nah, ain't happening. Or we'd ask him things like, have you ever done a backflip on a motorbike? He's like, yeah, actually. I'm like, oh, really?
He sounds like someone I know.
Yeah, they're just out there. But yeah, you got to do shit jobs to appreciate good ones.
It's funny you say that as well, because I think this often, and I've said it before, but in regards to being busy, again, it is a privilege now that I can sit there and I have, where I have to write out what I'm doing next week, what I'm doing the week after next, month in advance, couple of months in advance, quarters and whatnot.
I'm not that good yet.
I'm just evolving into this person, right? And it's taken me so many years to get to that point and get better at time management and timekeeping and date management and date keeping. Just weaknesses that I've always had that you have no option but to improve if you want to seriously scale.
Yeah.
So I finally got to a spot where I'm starting to do that, and
efficient.
100% efficient, less friction, and also allows you to just focus all of your time and energy onto the thing that A, you like the most, and B, what I'm best at, right?
Yeah.
So
it's going to be the most beneficial use of your time.
Of course,
what you want to do.
It's going to have the highest returns.
Yeah.
The highest returns for me are not sifting through admin and making sure everything's moving and going as it should be. Unfortunately, I'm at a spot where I have to do that and have to do it well before I can even think of somehow outsourcing that or using a resource to sort of take that off my hands. You have to be able to do it well before you can even think about offloading it, because that's a whole bottleneck that can come down the road. You think, oh, okay, I've got loads of this work to do. And you think, oh, if I offload it, then I won't have to do it and I can do the other thing. But what you realise is when you offload it, you also have to kind of know what you want or know what you're speaking about or know how to change it so you can give the information.
You have to be confident in what you're doing.
And you have to be organised. Okay, you want to get this over to someone so they can edit it or draft it. Okay, well, you have to have everything in one place to get over for that specific time. So you have to be organised again. So I know I'm ranting, but I'm going back to my original point, where there was a time when I first started Casuals Corner, where I had all these grand plans and ideas and whatnot, but I had an Instagram with 30 followers, a brand new YouTube, and I told myself I'm a full-time media outlet.
Yeah.
I've never even watched this sport. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing.
I think that's a jab.
Yeah, I think that's a jab. I've gone to my university postgrad awards. My mate's just telling me that he's got a job with Google in his postgrad job. And I'm saying I run a media outlet. He's following me on Instagram. I've got 17 followers. And I'm thinking, you are one of them. And I'm thinking, I don't even know what to do. I want to be busy. And I've got these ideas that I want to get into. But I don't even know where to start.
Yeah, I hear it.
Where to start? There is so much. And I guess all that you can do is just flip in something.
Yeah.
Something.
A lot of it is just taking action, right?
Literally something.
Do something.
Literally, just something more than nothing.
Yeah.
And that sounds so simple and stupid, and it is. But even if it's watching a YouTube video, that isn't going to get you very far if that's all you do for 5 years.
That's what I was going to say.
That's the important thing.
I find myself, I don't do it, but I found myself convincing myself that I'm working hard. But I'm just watching motivational YouTube videos. I'm like, I am locked in right now. Fucking Hormozy, 4-hour special.
Them?
I do. But admittedly, I'll watch them and try to actually apply them. You know what I mean? And take everything.
What are you watching?
A lot of business stuff. James Smith has got a fucking good YouTube channel. Free game for anyone out there. I really like his stuff. Hormozy's pretty good. And then like maybe some specific stuff like how do I set up my fucking online coaching? How do I do a Stripe? You know,
that's not motivational.
No, I hear it. Yeah, but it's like you can watch a lot of self-help stuff and read all these great books, but if you're not actually applying it, then it's kind of fucking fugazi. I'll be real. You need to just take action and do, you know?
The truth is with anything, this is what I think about. This is what I think about when people say along the lines of, no, this is a bit of a random example, but you know when people say they should teach taxes in school. They should teach all kids taxes in school. And there's an element of what I get and what people are getting at, and I don't think they're 100% stupid or wrong. But there is a part also, especially with things like that, if you're not applying it to anything, it's very hard to retain the information. So if you're 10 and you're getting tax information about businesses or households or incomes or things of that nature, when you're 10, 11, 12, 13, and you've got nothing, no experience to relate that to.
I don't even earn money.
It's very hard to attach that information onto anything. I'm getting paid cash in hand by the geezer in the sweet shop for a paper round, so I don't have these issues.
Sounds fruity.
Dilip. You know, he's probably a suspect.
He ain't paying no tax. And he does do extras.
Mate, that was one of the most deprived newsagents of all time. Used to go in there, he used to have like a dusty Mars bar in the far corner.
That's Metro,
and maybe one cherry just tucked away somewhere. But regardless, coming back to the tax thing, it's like that with business videos, with motivational videos,
self-help,
with all of these self-help.
Yeah. They're good, don't get me wrong.
Some of them are, and some of them have real value. But even those, right? Hormozy has, pound for pound, some of the best content in regards to objective information you're ever going to find.
He's the GOAT.
But this is also true with his. If you watch all of that, but you're not doing anything in practice, you're not going to be able to retain any of that information.
It's fucking in one ear out the other.
Of course it is. And that's just because that's not, oh, you're not as good as this person or that. That's just human flipping nature. It's hard to retain something that isn't being used, and it's a skill that isn't being repped out.
But also, on that point, a couple things. How do I structure this? All right, firstly, I sometimes help some of my friends with like something that maybe I know about, like maybe making a video or stuff, and a lot of times, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to do that. There's so much free stuff on the internet.
Oh my goodness.
YouTube is essentially a university that's completely free. Anything you want, there is a tutorial one. There's creators online that are so fucking valuable that are going to teach you about the most niche of things. There's nothing too niche in this day and age that we live in. So I actually do think that sometimes social media can be a fucking good thing. Like, it can be super helpful, can change some people's life if you see that right video and it's like, oh, that's actually resonated with me.
In the right moment.
In the right moment, exactly. Like, there's videos that sometimes will just stick with me, and it might just be a throwaway comment, you know. But then also on that, recently I have had to take a little break from scrolling.
You've been scrolling too much?
Scrolling.
Really? What does that look like for the average consumer? Because I feel like I'm quite different.
It's not the amount, it's the actual content that I'm consuming. I'm getting hella political shit. And again, however you feel, left, right, central, I'm seeing videos of people being killed.
Yeah,
just too much. I don't want to see this.
Too much.
And then I'm watching videos of someone that maybe I disagree with, and I'm getting triggered.
Yeah.
I'm on my own getting triggered. I'm like, no, I'm at home thinking, what a fucking idiot. And then I'm just like, looking at my phone thinking, why am I consuming this if it's making me feel like this? This is why I don't game anymore.
Yeah.
When I used to play FIFA, oh my God, like, if someone would score against me, I could 100% for that split second put my remote through the TV. I never do it, but like, it summons that like brief rage, man. Like,
I know someone who would.
I know a couple people.
A brother, maybe.
Yeah, it runs in the family, man. But yeah, I just I think just be careful of what you consume, especially if it's like fucking you off, whether it's conscious or subconscious. Like, it's not good to feel that hatred, or not even hatred, just like anger or like.
I think all of it, stimulus. Yeah. The amount of stimulus that it is creating, and then essentially you just become numb to it, right? And it's something that we've always heard a million times, but even recently I found myself thinking the same thing. I don't scroll a lot. I don't really consume a ton of content, weirdly, but I consume usually things that just link into work in some way, right? So I'm usually consuming from quite a different frame of mind, but I never find myself too often, maybe once a week, just kind of scrolling through an algorithm on any platform. God,
you're gonna get them freaky reels pop up. Instagram is soft porn.
And that's what I need to say as well.
Yeah,
that is terrible.
Terrible.
It's terrible for relationships, for mental health, for men's self-esteem, for women's self-esteem,
it's bad.
I can't see many positives, and I'm never someone to say it's good, it's bad. It's always in the middle. It always is. But the amount of soft pornography and just constant, and also just toxicity with relationships, toxicity between the genders. It's just every angle.
Gotta be careful what you're consuming.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
And freaky reels will get you, man.
It's mental. And then you're seeing just all types of flipping characters and just, it's too much. And as human beings,
dopamine.
As human beings, we have never, ever lived in a world where we are completely opened up to the thoughts and minds and cultures of 7-8 billion people. It is mental.
Yeah, there's some weird people out there.
You know what is honestly becoming my most favourite thing to do, and we'll move on from this topic after this, but one of my most favourite things to do recently has been, and I'm grateful I can do this, work as hard as I can coming up to a Friday. This is going to change after our previous conversation. I don't think I'm going to get time for this anytime soon. But work as hard as I can up until a day, get all of my content drafted at least for those days where I'm going away somewhere, and then going with my family and friends, whoever it may be in that particular time, and then spending a couple of days and just making sure I text my mum or something, and then boom,
I'm out.
I can easily, if I'm with the people that I need to be with, not touch or look at my phone for 24 hours. Easily. I enjoy it thoroughly. And it's been hard to find those moments.
I can switch off from work, but I do find myself scrolling in my boredom.
Really?
Yeah, I can I work hard all week, Monday to Saturday, and Sunday, I can just fucking
sleep.
I can sleep. I'll eat. I'll just vegetate. I'm like an old dog. I can just be on that sofa all day and I've earned it.
Yeah.
But I do find myself in the never-ending cycle of just fucking, not the freaky reels, admittedly, but like just watching. Reels. Just watching. I try my best. Again, it's like a double-edged to watch like helpful stuff, but then I'm like, oh, am I just sat here consuming nonsense? So I try and mix it up. I do like watching things.
You have to just think, is it a healthy amount?
Yeah.
How much of that do you do in a week?
Not a lot.
Probably an hour?
Yeah.
Yeah? That's an hour in a week?
Yeah, probably more, actually. Like 2, 3 maybe. In the evening, I just love watching YouTube.
Yeah, there's levels to it.
That's my downtime.
Yeah, there's levels to it.
Eat my dinner, watch YouTube. That is a motive.
Someone said to me the other day, I told you that GBTV was their dinner eating
I had someone
series.
tell us that the pod is.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
That's sick.
The pod is. So shout out Stores. I don't actually know your real name. I know I met you at Fight Star.
Joe?
Dunno.
Maybe? Yeah, I appreciate people that sit down.
Stores, what's your real name? What's your real name?
Reveal yourself. No, not everyone likes to be revealed.
Okay, yeah. But yeah,
everyone likes to be revealed.
Yeah, don't know his real name. But yeah, he's a fan of the pod. Watches it with his dinner.
Love that.
And he's been locked in with a diet and lost 5 kilograms.
Jeez.
Come on.
That's sick as well.
We're doing good in the world.
Yeah, that's sick as well.
We're doing good.
If one person can shift 5 kilograms and be eating their dinner and watching the pod,
that's good.
That's phenomenal. Yeah, I find that phenomenal. That's actually why I wanted to reboot it, because I was looking through the analytics. I'd go on my Spotify, I'd see, there was 12 listens.
Yeah, it's a lot of people.
And that's from someone, me now, who for a couple of years, yourself included, has seen crazy metrics in different ways. It's kind of, where you're desensitized to thousands and millions to a certain degree. Yeah. So seeing 12 people and getting ecstatic over it, it really goes to show how kind of special it is when someone dials into just a full
developing a cool little audience, like people that are just supporting everything. Speaking of which, we do have some questions. Do you have any questions? Because I'll reel some of these off and we can both answer.
Go on.
Some serious, some not so serious. All right, first one, good question. Favourite meal? I know where I'm at.
Optimal, as in 10 out of 10. Steak, ribeye, and...
a bit of money in the account. Come on.
I think it's going out. It's all been going out recently. A refund from a trial to Stan Store. Are you familiar with Stan Store? I need to make you familiar. Shall I just make you familiar now? Because we're on somewhat of a creator. This is super important actually to listen to. Talking about creators and
money
ingesting
coming in
content.
On air, by the way.
It actually wasn't coming in. It was going out. I have to be transparent. I wish I could say it was super cool. It's coming in.
500.
Regardless, I was on my way to Top Team, and I've started getting into the habit again of consuming good quality content on that time. Before I just raw dog it, I'd always raw dog. But now I go
wild
podcasts. Yeah, I like to raw dog. Just good state of meditation.
I hear it.
And then I started listening to Gary Vee a little bit more again. I hadn't listened to him in a while, so I chucked on one of his interviews that he did. Yeah, of course. I don't need him like a lot of people do for his sort of rah-rah, G's them up, gets them motivated, because he does have that effect. I don't need him for that. I need him for his fantastic insight and operational knowledge, of which he is an absolute savant. But he got on this fella from a platform called Stan, and it is essentially, because Gary Vee has just recently invested into it, so I thought, okay, if he's investing, let me listen to what it is. And it's essentially a platform that brings everything to do with creators, services, products, affiliates, links, everything under one roof. So every single subscription, for the most part, and platform that you have to have completely dispersed is all zoom. Email list, affiliate codes, digital products, online products, webinars, communities. So
all of it.
Things like MailChimp, ManyChat, Patreon, all go zoom into one subscription and just one link where you can just have it completely dialed in to just that, and you can have everything everything under one roof. And it is just really, really, really growing with some of the biggest creators. And that's what I've started looking at and just started to put my attention onto it, because I was someone that did have Buy Me a Coffee and Patreon and ManyChat for my emails list and then MailChimp and Wix
and thin around apps. Yeah,
and it just makes it hard for people to find you on what service you want, and half the time they don't even know what you're doing.
I want a one-stop shop.
Exactly. So Stan Store is very important. Let's do these questions quick, because I really do need a piss.
Go now if you want, and then we'll do them after.
I'll hold it and we'll do them, and we'll finish with the questions.
All right, cool. Have you got any?
I had a couple, but not really.
Cool. All right. Favourite meal? You can lead.
I'm going to go the best butchers from Wales, ribeye, and a Norfolk lobster, homemade triple cooked chips, aioli, coleslaw, bush.
That's the thing with Will. Always nuanced. I would have gone, quite like steak and chips. There's a small butcher's in the north side of Wales.
Literally,
I make my own garlic aioli. I have my own triple cooked fries.
I'm not wrong though.
No. I guarantee you, if you cook that for me, I'd be very, very grateful for it. I would also say steak.
Yeah.
I'd say I could eat a steak at any point of any day. If I wake up and someone's cooked me a steak for breakfast, I'm like, steak.
I don't know. I feel like it's very American.
I never do, but I would. If it's lunch and someone says, we're having steak, I'm like, we're going out for steak. Amazing. Dinner after a long day, steak. Yeah, so I would say steak, a good cut. I am partial to Kiev's rice. That is more of a practicality meal and a comfort food. Don't knock it till you've tried it. That is kind of what's seeing me through the cut at the moment. Fasting all day, monsters,
That's
nicotine pouches.
mental to have in the conversation of your favourite meal.
Not my favourite meal. But my most recent.
For it to be around the perimeters of this conversation.
Is what I will say. Yeah, if it was like death row, I wouldn't be like, chuck some Kievs in the air fryer and microwave that sticky rice that you've got.
Lubricus would love that.
He would. Favourite shop as in Punch? Personally, an overhand right is pretty goated. Very overpowered. My overhand right actually used to be really shit because I'm left-handed, but I just practiced it so many times now it's old faithful. I just repped it until it come good. Favourite submission? I would say Japanese necktie is my most high percentage submission. I do like a rear naked choke. Sometimes you just, that feeling of slapping it and you're like, this is so in. But in terms of most high percentage, I would say a Japanese necktie is definitely my most high. Favourite striking defence? Right, I'll go full Conor McGregor here. I would say moving. A lot of people just stand in the pocket. And I have this when I teach kids. Obviously, they're kids, right? They just stand in front of each other, swing. I'm like, move, like step backwards.
Yeah.
Not
Pivot.
Like, yeah. Or even just, boop, I'm out of the way. Punch, move.
Yeah,
Very
move.
basic, but especially in like a street fight scenario, if you're on your toes and you can just move, you know, like 90, I don't know what the stat is, like 80 something % of street fights start with a right hook.
Do they?
Yeah. That's a high committal shot. If I move my feet, or just step back, you now swing in the air and you're not going to have a return on your shot. You're
80% of fights start with a right hook.
Yeah.
I'd imagine that's probably accurate.
You're missing. I'm stepping out of the way. Now you've overextended.
And most people are overcommitting the right hook.
An untrained right hook is... Yeah.
Because of emotion.
Yeah.
If people are going short, less fat, and you don't see that, could be a very short night if you're in range for anyone.
Hands up,
really.
step back,
yeah,
boom,
for
come
anyone.
back in with the 1, 2, boom.
If someone's loading up drunkenly, you can just step out of that.
Shoop.
Diffuse.
Yeah. Diffuse or stab and teep. Distance. Boom.
Oh,
boom.
yeah.
If we're not gonna diffuse street fights, I'm teeping and calf kicking. I'll be honest. But don't fight on the street. That's bad. But if it's life or death, teep away.
Always teep. Push kick wins all.
Yeah, distance. If someone attacks you in a beer garden,
boom.
Not even a stab. This is Sparta. 1000% teepage.
Maybe just Japanese teep. Straight to the liver.
Sneak it under.
Yeah, straight to the liver. Just drop someone at the pub garden with the teep.
Pretty chunder.
100%.
Fucking Japanese teeping you.
If someone's had too many beers and I land a sweet one, you'd probably chunder.
You're getting Carlin.
Yeah.
Favourite takedown/takedown defence? Personally, I like tripping. These bitches be tripping. It's just low energy and it's my favourite takedown. Most efficient and you land in a good striking position. I do like double legs. Obviously, I like a high crotch. But it's energy. If I can be as efficient as possible with my takedowns, then look to control and ground and pound in an MMA scenario, I always will. I think like it's another thing that I want to speak about. We'll speak about ground and pound after. Takedown defense. I like to defend and reshoot. They try and shoot. Uno reverse, bomb, take you down. There's nothing more demoralising. I'm now tired from shooting. You've pulled me up, now you tricked me. I've used my energy, you've used none, and you're in a good position. But yeah, those are all my questions. But nice. on the topic of ground and pound, not enough people properly ground and pound. I watched the IMAFs today, and it's very like, people just don't practice it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think top team is where it's at. Damage. All the coaches are like, damage. Mike, damage. Brad, damage. Ash taught a class on Friday. The technique was, it was actually good. They punch an underhook. He's like, stand up completely. Boom. I'm like, yeah. I loved it. I was like, yeah, all right.
The funny bit about him, what I always say as well,
stand and bang him in the face.
Most, especially with grappling, I don't know, it's hard to say more one than the other, but I always feel like grappling coaches are more diehard about their particular art.
Yeah.
And so they, not always, but more times than not, a lot over grapple situations, whereas he will anti-grapple almost every situation imaginable.
I rate that though.
By prioritising damage.
Yeah.
The clips I put out of Brad, like you said, you'll hear him always say, don't go to your back. Yeah. If you can take mount, back mount, take that, damage. Mike, ground damage master. It's quite literally in the name.
I found out the other day, apparently, according to Sonny, you need 35 fights to be a master gladiator. But he's ground damage master.
Ground damage master.
Yeah,
he doesn't have 35 fights, but he has a lot of reps in those spots. And he has the best MMA ad-libs in the game. God.
I was thinking about this as well. This was something I wanted to speak about. What you've done with GBTV, catching all these different unique characters, brilliant. You've got Mike, that's just brilliant, got the best sound bites. Ash is just Ash, and Brad is just Brad. But with Mike, quote me on this, clip this. We need a no jiu-jitsu, just violence t-shirt with the graphic of him perched. What, you telling me people aren't buying that? I'll have 6 right now. No, you know when he's like perched and he's just watching
he's on his perch.
Watching the chaos ensue.
He's on his ground damage perch.
How sick
he just like climbs onto the chair like this and he just sits there.
Approving of just the ground damage. Don't like that would be a hard t-shirt. No
everything he says.
Just violence. That graphic tee right there. I'm gonna AI a clip of this. I'll add it in approximately here.
That was one of my favourite sound bites.
I love that.
Yeah, that was one of my favourite sound bites. No jiu-jitsu, just violence. No jiu-jitsu, just violence.
It's the best. It's the best.
Just violence.
Ground and pound, man.
Simeon said it the other day when he walked in. He went, Mike, you're cornering? I need that. I said, he's got everything's an ad-lib. But he went, Mike went, you know what? Now you say it? He's like, you're right. Right. And I just, every time I listen to his coach, I just so South London, so clear, but yet so perfectly on brand that I always love it. And it's like what you said with the GBTV thing, right? What I realise with everything in life, everything in business to a certain extent as well, it's all storylines, right? Yeah. It's all storylines. And what I do with toe wrestling, what I do with MMA, what I do with anything, is you have to create characters and you have to create stories. Yeah. And the great thing about Top Team, like I said to Brad in 2021 when I voice noted him, I said, you have to showcase the characters and you have to do that in a way of a series where people can get invested and be a part of the journey. Because what's been shown time after time to be successful are series of documentaries, series of dramas, series of soap operas. So if you can have a real life one, if you can have a real life soap opera to a certain extent,
real shit,
with real results, right, and real consequences on the line, exactly, then perfect, because you get even more storyline to tell.
You get the backdrop, then you get the big fucking performance.
You get all of it, right?
Violence, no jiu-jitsu.
No jiu-jitsu, just violence.
I'll make that t-shirt for myself and just wear it. But sorry, Michael, got a t-shirt
just in front of him.
He'll love it. I'll make you one. I'm doing that.
And it's cool that you're starting to see after a couple of years now at that gym, characters start building.
100%.
fighters start sort of forming their image. I also think as well, it seems like a lot more people now are starting to take the branding side a little bit more seriously. They sort of understand from the get now, okay, I'll start, even if they're not doing things fully, they're starting to understand, okay, I have to make a bit more of a conscious effort to put myself out there and to sell tickets and to make myself sort of
it's a different time we're living in.
Relevant.
Yeah.
To lack of a better word, you know?
On that note though, if you train at Top Team, no names, Carlito, if you are trying to kill people on camera, do not be shocked when it doesn't make it into GBTV. If you are trying to like actually fucking stop people, sometimes that's not getting posted.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He went to war with some Brazilian.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, Will's got it all on camera.
What, and he thought it was going to be on the episode?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. It's such a fine line of showing sparring, but not showing too much, but showing enough that's interesting.
Especially when people are high profile.
It's so difficult, right?
That must be hard for you.
Know where the boundaries are at all times. And bearing in mind, I've done this same dynamic from the get. So when I had no idea about the sport, anyone in it, what was taboo, what wasn't taboo, what was standard, what wasn't. So it was just a guessing game from the start. But I always erred on the side of caution. And then anything that I'm a little bit unsure about, I'll just send it to Ash, I'll send it to Brad, I'll get double checked on it. Yeah, I'll send it to the adjudicators. And then I can then sleep easy at night.
Yeah.
And most people know, or I like to think they know, that if anyone doesn't want to be on camera, if anyone doesn't want something particularly, they just come over to me and they tell me, or they let me know on message. Yeah. And it's no problem to me whatsoever.
Like, you never put me beating Lon up in there.
No, and I wouldn't want to do that to
Lon.
Yeah, 100%. So I just find that's a bit out of order first.
You're a good team player like that.
I have to be a team player like that. But also, it's just... it's one of those things, isn't it? It's also the case of I want to show things, but I don't want to show fight-specific things, or I don't want to show sequences that people are certainly drilling. But if it's a case of, they've got 10 fights on YouTube and they're showing this exact same pattern of play, like they've been taken down before and it's a single leg that someone's got or something, it's not really that deep. Do you know what I mean? So I kind of get the game enough where it's one of them. It's one of them. It's just, it is what it is. I think a lot of people as well, over the years, different people have taken things personally. There's nothing personal about it. There's no, I'm trying to capture this or not capture this. I'm trying to get the best sound bites with the best image that I can put up that isn't going to make anyone look bad, that hasn't got anyone getting beaten up, that's not got something crazy and blasphemous said in the background.
Yeah.
Do you know how many clips I've not been able to use just because the audio's crazy? People are like, why am I not on this week's? I'm like, did you hear what someone said in the background of you?
Pedophilia jokes you were making.
Honestly, though, you can only imagine, right? So I'm not saying, I deserve a flipping Grammy for it or whatever it is.
But it is a real, like, balancing act, you know what I mean?
It's treading on eggshells because, as well, with any sport of a professional level, you need an ego, especially in fighting. So you've got people that are also sensitive.
Sure. Yeah,
but have an ego. Yeah, of course they are, right? And also have an ego. And also want the publicity push, right? Now people are actually watching them. No one cared much when they was getting 100 views, do you know what I mean? Like, no one watched them, right?
Got an audience.
Yeah, like now there's an audience, and now people start getting recognised when they come them, which was always the game plan, right? I always wanted to create that platform. Yeah, 100%. I always wanted to create the platform where you've popped up on a few episodes, and now you're at the fight show, and people go, "Oh, I've seen you on GBTV." Which is starting to happen, which now, that makes me super happy that people are getting recognised off of it, because that's the goal. And that's all I'm trying to, that's one of the main goals with that, when I started that, was to create that sort of... Yeah, exactly. Obviously, it has to be self-serving to a certain extent.
Of course.
Because I have to run it like a business.
Yeah.
But also, for the last 5 years, the amount of money I've paid into it, and also opportunity costs that I've foregone in the days, weeks, months, years, tens of thousands of pounds. So... it's cool to see it start.
Yeah, people don't realise how much of a treacherous commute that is for you.
Just the commute itself is a 4-hour round trip.
Yeah.
Just the commute itself, not to mention
when you're there,
the time there, then the time that you spend editing, the time that you spend having to take off work originally. I'd have to
Sure.
tell work that I couldn't come in 2 days a week because I was doing that.
Yeah.
So I was not only giving up my days and giving up opportunity costs and then giving up the time for that to then make a YouTube video which 100 people watched in long form. It was just banging your head against the wall.
Yeah.
But I knew, as I always said, if this isn't smashing it, it's the execution. It's me. I always said that. It's not the idea, it's not the concept, it's the execution.
The fly on the wall content's there, do you know what I mean?
It's always been successful. The Kardashians, The Only Way is Essex, Emmerdale hit 30 years.
Yeah.
These are all things that just...
I'd argue that GBTV is more exciting than Emmerdale.
You would. A lot of northern people wouldn't.
Yeah.
A lot of northern people don't know about
It was this
GBTV.
fucking number one culture.
I'd love to see that Northerners review of GBTV.
Yeah.
Just a village goer.
Yeah.
But you see what I mean,
Get some
right?
toe wrestlers on it.
These things have been going for so many years, so I knew
the model
that
was there.
the proof's in the pudding.
Yeah.
So I always knew it was an execution thing. I just know that with any brand, if you want people to know what it is, globally, worldwide, nationwide, it takes 5-10 years at least, right? So we're just on that 5-year mark, so it's about time. Anything else you want to add before we wrap up?
What we've got coming up? Louis Bracus, second professional fight. Shout out LB. Gonna get those hands around someone's neck. Should be good, should be fun. Then the day after, we've got the first of the prospects making the walk. Big shout out to the prospects. We've got Young Bud, who's made a couple appearances.
Is he fighting?
He's fighting, yeah.
Nice. When's he fighting?
Day after Louis, Bloodline, Sunday.
26th.
26th.
They do it on the Sunday, I believe, because the strippers occupy on the Saturday and it's more expensive.
Just don't bring a UV light is all I'll say. But yeah, Pike Tyson making the official walk.
I'm excited to see him fight.
That's the official fight name, by the way.
Yeah, is it?
Pike Tyson, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see him fight. I think a lot of people
Shout out Young Bud.
are excited to see him fight, actually. He gets...
Shout out all the prospects, in fact.
He gets a lot of good receptions every time I post videos of him, because anyone that watches the sport and has an appreciation for striking, you can just see that naturally he has a nice balance about him, has a nice movement about him.
Yeah.
It's just a certain...
Je ne sais quoi.
Yeah, there's a certain balance and angle that someone creates naturally, subconsciously, that you just can't really teach.
Yeah.
Certain pivots, right? Just in the pocket, just little pivots, little exits, just that completely just completely change, right? So now you've exited on a diagonal, but now he shifted southpaw where the straight left's there, boom, perfect angle. And it's just very, very small subtleties like that it's just not very natural for a lot of people. So when you see it, it's always cool. So I hope he...
I always think of striking like a dance. It kind of is. Do you know what I mean?
It's just funny you say that, actually.
It actually just is. Sometimes I like shadowboxing to like fucking Luther Vandross. I'm just...
That's so weird you say that. This whole week I've just been thinking about this.
Little steps. It's not just punch, punch, punch. Oh yeah, you're knocked out. It's like, no, move, distance, in, out, touch him, hit him hard with that.
It's strange you say that, because I saw...
It's a dance,
yeah, I saw that Strictly. I saw that Strictly was starting a new series, right? And I always thought that's been going for so long, and that means so much to people as well, that show. Worldwide, it's massive.
Yeah, huge.
And then I was shadowboxing in...
To Strictly?
No, to old school R&B in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And something like Mariah Carey, and I'm just shadowboxing, and I'm
getting loose on that.
100%. I was thinking, my hips are looser than they've ever been. I started dancing moves, and I was thinking, I hope no one ever sees what I'm about to throw down. I was throwing down some looser hips than I've ever been able to in my life. I was thinking, how many dance moves have I unlocked with this newfound mobility? It was wild thrusts in the kitchen. But regardless, I was thinking, as I was shadowboxing the clinch, right? It's the same sort of thing. It is basically dancing, like it is literally. And then I started doing it on my chair, right? I started realizing this is probably just a little bit random, but I started realizing that on my office chair, so something like this, is actually a fantastic place to get some clinch work in. I started realizing, because what you do is you just tuck your elbows in between the arms, right? So you imagine that you're actually tucked into this plum clinch with someone.
Yeah.
So that you have no movement. It's not like you're here and you can throw whatever you like. You're in here, right? So my arms come up to about here. So I'm tucked in, so I'm just working elbows in the clinch, I'm working knees, trips, but then obviously I'm on the swivel, so I'm starting to swivel as well. And then I'm starting to realise, I go in the kitchen, I'm thinking, this is kind of a little bit like a salsa
Yeah,
in a weird way, right?
It's
Like
all
you drop the
steps,
shoulder,
right?
and I feel like
Not choreography, but you're reacting to whatever they do, vice versa.
of course, it's just the shift of the body weight. So I started trying to do it with my eyes closed, right? You just feel the weight changes. Yeah, clinch work on the desk chair, underrated.
Yeah.
Underrated because it forces you to keep your arms in tight as if you are in an actual clinch, so you can start working these little more intricate angles that you don't have the ability to when you're out here. So yeah, that was a thing I discovered last couple of weeks.
All you need. I love the idea of someone watching this and their mum comes in their room and they're just, what are you doing? Or I'm clinching.
I'm clinching, alright. No, because that's the thing for me especially is where I've not been training a ton. I'm trying to think, right, how can I level up without actually hitting the bag or hitting mitts? Well, I can do that with better mobility. So I've just been hitting infinite toe squats.
Come on.
Infinite. I started realising the other day, well, this was the thing, right? I started realising the other day, I was looking through all the media. This is media going worldwide with me flipping calves on there. They're looking scrawny as anything. So I thought, I need good mobility and stronger calves.
Yeah, I've gone through the same shit. My TikTok comment section were telling me my legs are trash. And you know...
Was it Ash Grimshaw?
No, it weren't. He doesn't care about my legs, I don't think. But my comment section was like, chicken legs, your legs are small. It wasn't even a gym video. It was me fucking feeding snus to Chinese people. And then I was like, oh. Then I looked at the video and I was like, they could be bigger though.
They got a point. Yeah, no, this was the same as me.
With a pinch of salt and just look objectively outside the hate. I'm like, there's no smoke without fire.
Yeah.
My upper body, I'm not massive, do you know what I mean? Yeah. But I'm like kind of a little bit thicker. And I'm like, yeah, my legs are lacking. Yeah. So my new goal is just squat. I've trained legs twice this week. Get strong legs, strong lower body. I want to be strong.
Yeah.
I want to be like a little chimp that just grapple fucks people. That's what I'm on. That is what I'm on. Squeeze, tough.
Yeah, just heavy here.
I'm never going to be like a tall longer. I'm fucking overhand double leg top pressure. That's what I want. Strong legs.
It's funny.
I get hyped.
No, it's funny you said that about the leg thing because I don't know if you remember a video I made a while back where I was lifting and someone commented. Someone commented, and I've always said, hate for the most part is actually just constructive criticism, just articulated poorly. If you actually said to him, honestly, I guarantee, if you said to him, that's not very nice, he'd probably come back with, I'm only joking, mate. You're in great shape, but your legs are a little bit out of proportion from your upper body. You'd go, yeah, fair point. And you did, right? Because you guys did that. Sometimes it is just pure hate, don't get me wrong, and people are trying to be horrible for the sake of it and whatnot. But I looked at that and thought, I've known for the longest I need to improve my legs. So I thought, I'll just make a funny video on this anyway. It ended up doing pretty well. So I thought, oh, this is a great...
Cheers, guys.
Yeah, this is a great point to do it. And then I had to improve my mobility for Muay Thai. Then I had to do it because I was refereeing and I was going in magazines and I was flipping poor mobility. I was becoming a foot model. I didn't even realise. I was thinking, I've got to level up my mobility and my calves as a matter of public media.
Urgency.
Yeah, so that's on the to-do list. So grow the calves, grow the bank account.
Yeah. I'm not too fussed about the calves. I would like bigger quads, hamstrings and bank account.
My legs, I think, you know what it is for me?
I wear high socks forever.
I told myself that obviously I like weights, I like lifting. There's just no feeling like it, you can't replace it.
I actually don't enjoy lifting that much. Hot take.
Not
for me personally.
Let me change that. I like the feeling that weight puts on your body in regards to a workout.
Yeah, pump's nice.
Do you know what I mean? Like you're having to do a workout, weights related or strength related, whatever. The feeling that weights puts on your body.
Yeah.
There's no feeling like that for me. But what I have told myself is the ultimate form of strength in sort of, at least Muay Thai, for example, is full strength and control of the body. So if I can just have essentially Muay Thai pull-ups and this sort of muscle for infinite reps, and I can squat my body weight for infinite reps, because I would bend down before, my legs would be a bit fired up. Do you know what I mean? I would squat down and my legs would be a bit like, oof, blown out. And I had no weight on them, but my body weight, I was thinking, that ain't good. So I've got to be able to deep squat infinitely in every position where it's just painless. Once I've got to that as a baseline, I can just infinitely dip, pull up and squat. I will be a great blank canvas for the Muay Thai. Do you see what I mean? And then I can build upon that as well.
And robust.
Just like my body isn't in pain in any form of contortion.
Sure.
I can just do infinite reps of a kick, a pull, a clinch. Do you see what I mean? So I think that's probably
our goals.
a good place to
Muay
wrap.
Thai and butt fucking wrestling, essentially. I want to squeeze you, make you shit your pants. Those are the goals. We'll report back whenever we do our next pod, but goals are good, life is good, a lot of things to look forward to, a lot of things to be grateful for, but at the same time, keep striving towards what we want to do in this beautiful life that we have carefully curated for ourselves. Any final words?
Keep it casual.
Yeah.